Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay,
And this is Desmond's Donders. Hello, and welcome to this month's Vanners collaboration. Now, this month we're collaborating on a subject which is going to split things, mostly in favour of the subject I'm going to talk about, and that is the advantages and disadvantages of sites over wild. And it's not really wild camping. Wild camping is something very, very different. It involves your feet and a tent. We're in a motorhome. However, we're going to talk, and I'm going to talk first about the disadvantages of sites. Well, the first disadvantage is rules. Yes, rules. Very restrictive. And they put on all sorts of things for you, but you can only use them between 12 o'clock and 1 minute after. No, the one we don't like, of course, is two other things we don't like about sites, and that is arrival time and leaving time. Arrival time. Well, I'm not talking just about the 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm also talking about you've got to be there before 8 o'clock at night. And I understand all the late nights and blah blah blah, and yeah. Well, guess what? There was a time when we couldn't get to a site before the late time, which is 8 p.m. And the only one we could have a chance of getting to was the one at Culloden. Everything else, for the caravan and motorhome club as it is now, out of distance, and only one for the other club. And the point being on this is we'd arrive 8 o'clock on the late arrivals, but we still couldn't get on until 2 o'clock the following afternoon on the pitch that we were supposed to be on. Yeah, but that refers to something else we're going to talk about. Leaving time, far too early. And I know you can get permission to stay later and later, but if you're going to have an arrival time as early as late as 2 o'clock, then why not let them go at 1:30? Because the wardens do very little on the pitch in between, as far as we can see from our time on sites. And all right, it's years ago, but yeah. You're on a fixed spot, and some of the clubs you've got to be so precisely positioned that it takes you most of the time you're there for the weekend to get on position. We've done a video on that, stories about that previously, so I'm not going to go on about it here. And of course, dodgy wardens. You've all met them. The worst one we've had or seen was not the one who made us or made people move 6 inches to be perfectly on the peg, but it was the one that closed off the toilets for disabled for 2 hours. And during that time they did very little cleaning, because there was very little cleaning to do. As far as we know in this instance, there was only 2 disabled folk on the site, and they mainly used their own facilities. But the one time that they wanted to use said facilities on site, or needed, the place was shut. I think what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to sites, one site doesn't fit all. And when it comes to users for sites, they need adaptive people. Adaptive sites, adaptive rules, and adaptive. Which is why we like what we do. It's not always possible to get where you want to, but some of the advantages have been passing all the time my mouth has been moving. So we hope you saw those advantages, and if you hadn't, well, subscribe to the channel and you'll see more, because I'm not going to go on about the advantages when they're there behind me. Okay, this has been a video for the the Caravanners collaboration. Once again, those channels taking part will be zipping past, and the playlist is below and after I shut up and the outro plays. Thanks for watching. See you next time for either a Desmond's Donders video or a Vanners collab. Bye for now. Thank you for watching Desmond's Donders. And remember, while in the countryside, indeed anywhere, take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and click that notification bell to receive notifications of all our videos.